A lot of people think that a snapshot is just a little tool we use in HighLevel to push out a set of workflows to our sub accounts or our clients. And while that's partly true, really, if we think about it, a snapshot is actually more like a piece of software. And you as a marketing agency aren't really doing as much marketing as you are becoming a software development company. And here's why this is important, because with software, we already know it's a technical thing. We know we need development. We know we need to have good documentation. We need to keep that code running smoothly. We need to refactor it to make sure that, we're not creating a technical nightmare. But with the snapshot, it's the same thing. We have a piece of software called a snapshot. It needs to be technically managed. We need it documented so people know what's doing. If it gets overly complicated, it gets really hard to manage. So we have to sometimes find a better way to architecture it so it becomes simpler to manage. We have to push those changes out to existing users, just like we do with code. So you can't really think of yourself as a marketing company. If you're using HighLevel, you really need to have the mindset that you are running a piece of code, a piece of software. You need to treat it like that. And the companies that I find do really, really well with HighLevel are the companies that come from a more tech background, that come from that more kind of a sometimes maybe a more corporate environment or a more software centric or a tech company. And they already have the soft skills that are needed to do well with HighLevel. Because a lot of marketers come in, they're creative people. They're really good with words and concepts, ideas, sales. They might have, been good at designing websites or social media posts. And then they come to HighLevel and they have this big problem. They have this problem because now they're actually doing all this really boring process, mapping out things, documenting. They have to start thinking about not just building something once, and then if it doesn't work, go and build something else for the next client. They actually have to start thinking about, well, this thing that we build once, it's going to go out to hundreds of people, and we're going to be using the same process for the next couple of years, maybe. So what a snapshot actually is a complicated question. A lot of people say, what is a snapshot? Yes, it is a tool. It is, at the end of the day, it is a very simple tool for being able to push out something that we built to multiple clients. But really, if we really want to be serious about scaling with HighLevel, what we have to really keep in mind that snapshot is more than that. It's not just the thing that it is, it's all the stuff that we have to do around it in planning it, building it, managing it, handing it off, making it a scalable resource or making it a scalable tool that will actually grow our business and not just be a big giant time suck that gets us into trouble, that creates a whole bunch of problems for us. And this is why I think the whole documentation is really been kicking off, because when I've been talking about documentation, you hear me all the time, I'm not actually talking about just writing a bunch of SOP. What I'm really talking about with documentation is what is the most important things that we need, what information needs to be captured about this snapshot so that everyone from the account managers to the tech people to the CEO who wants to distance himself from the work and just kind of get the high notes of things and know that everything's actually developing and right. We need to be able to have all of this information that everyone needs to do their job. And we need to make that centralized. We need to know what that information is. And if we have too much of that documentation, things go bad. If we have too little, things fall apart. So documentation, and why I like talking about it so much, is because we've understood that a snapshot is not just that tool. It's a central part of our ecosystem. It's a central part of it. It is the foundation for how we scale with HighLevel, right? And if that is where all the value is being created with HighLevel, it's not just having workflows on one account, it's being able to replicate it to multiple accounts, then it is really important that we learn to manage this snapshot with the respect it deserves, with the type of mindset that it needs, that it requires to do well. And if that starts sounding a little bit like mumbo jumbo, you've probably already clicked off. So that's totally cool. But if you're curious, well, what is the mindset that I need? How do I get that mindset if I don't have it? What if I'm kind of a company that's feeling like I've been running in, launching something quickly, and then 6 months later, geek stuck in a big giant mess? Well, there is a solution for you, and it's very free. There's a course that I've had. I've talked about it all the time. It's the Snapshot Playbook. It's at agencyunbound.com/free training. And that's really what we're talking about. The three things is mapping. How do we make sure we understand what our snapshot is? We're documenting as we build it. How do we capture the information so that down the road, we're not going to hate ourselves and that we have that accountability? And then how do we manage it? What are the things we have to do to update this? What are the liabilities? What do we need to do now while we're building so that when we finally do version 2 of our snapshot, we can actually still make progress? So hopefully you guys think about your snapshots. You are a software company. You need to think like a tech company. And if you don't have the sort of skills that a tech company, or you don't know what sort of skills differs between a more creative marketing agency and a tech company, I'd love to hear in the comments what you think you might be missing, or what you would like to learn about that. Because I think this one change in mindset will radically kind of change your approach to HighLevel and just automation systems in general. And I think you'll start getting more results. Love to hear what you guys think.